Hey everybody, Jerry here. I'm going to show you 4 trades that I took on March 4th that made me a little over $7,000. Now, this is about an hour plus long Zoom session that we do 9 times a week in our live sessions. So I would highly recommend when you get to that you'd put that into a 2 speed or 2.5 speed to kind of get through it, or maybe 1.5 speed, whatever it is, to speed up that process. It is a long video. I'm not going to edit it out. I want you guys to see the whole breakdown of how I set my levels, of how I back tested the day before, of how I walk everyone through my trades and my thought processes is of how I trade and how I took these entries and these exits with a predetermined risk management system, of how to execute perfectly into the trade, sell into the momentum, sell out of the momentum, and capture your profits and then move on with your life and your trading day. So if you're interested in learning from me, please click the link below, and I'd be happy to show you guys how this is done.
All right, team. Good morning, everyone. How y'all doing? Todd, good morning, my man. All right, team. I'm going to go ahead and play our disclaimer, and then I'm going to set all of the levels from yesterday, and then I'm going to kind of back test some of the trades that we did yesterday and what setups would have followed through and not. Um, just for everyone's kind of peace of mind of how I back test. So, anyways, let me get this disclaimer done, and I'll be right back.
Trades made and positions taken during this demonstration are not investment advice, and we make no recommendation that you should make trades similar to those you will see here. Specific trades and positions are dependent on many factors, such as your experience and sophistication, your risk tolerance, your ability to withstand the loss of all of your capital, and your investment objectives. It is likely, if not certain, that these factors will determine that the trades you see in this demonstration are not suitable for you. Greystone Trading LLC is not an investment advisor and is providing you no investment advice or recommendations on stocks, positions, or trades. Please note.
Okay, everybody. I have a couple indicators that I put on here that I'm going to turn off right now. I've been back testing them, just trying to see if they will help us or hurt us in that. And I have not got enough information to use them yet in real time. So, anyways, um, I just turned those off. I delete a handful of these things here. And we'll start with setting levels, as most of you all know how to do that, but there's a lot of new people here that do not. So we will get all that done in real time. Okay, so from yesterday, the PDL wick, I literally just mark the very bottom of the day. And then the PDL touches, I mark the lowest part of the day. So that wick there, there's not much difference today between 65 and 78. Sometimes it's relevant, sometimes it's not. Then the next levels that we'll do will be the previous day open. And you can see my support and resistance is literally marking nothing, but it's in the way. So I'll get those out of the way for us real quick. And the open is at the top of the red candle. And then we'll do the same thing for the previous day high touches. Will be those two there. And then the previous day high wick, as you guys can see here, 682.41 and 682.61. So bigger range than normal, but not huge differences. Previous day close, the market closed right at the bottom or the top of this green candle, 680.27. We'll set aftermarket, which is also for you new people, that is also the Asia market, Tokyo market. And then aftermarket high, clear as day. And now the pre-market high is right above the PDH wicks. And we'll grab the very top of it there. And one can alter that with real support and resistance. And then the absolute pre-market low, the bottom of that wick at 677.53. So that, in a nutshell, team, is how I set the levels for the day. I just wanted to do that in real time. I usually do this. I I usually do this about a half an hour to 45 minutes ahead of the session, and then just adjust the pre-market if it's not in range. So yesterday, we'll zoom in and take a look. We had opening candles. We have big normal candles here, like during the opening, which is nothing abnormal. This candle here is at 9:40. I don't typically trade ahead of 10 a.m. Sometimes I'll take a 9:50 or a 9:55 candle if there is no news. If there's news, I just patiently wait. I have been doing some back testing and some small trades with like 2 to 4 contracts um, above the pre-market highs or the pre-market lows or big those swing points, but I have not done a lot of it, and I do not have enough efficient data to bring that to a live session. So as I get more data on it, I'll have some more bullet points of how to do this. So get this nice distribution down. We had news, I believe, I don't believe we had news yesterday. So this gorgeous level establishes. Here, Ryan takes a trade. I took it as well. I thought that was a fantastic setup. 9:55, it closes at 10 a.m. right into our thing, and it immediately retraces, wicks us out, and then continue down. I believe Andy did not get stopped, and some of y'all might not have gotten stopped and got like a decent little half off. It was a weird trade for me. I was in it with 100 positions on that particular trade. Of those 100, it filled me at 70. It came up, it filled me at a different 70. Auto stop loss went on. It stopped me at 70 of my positions. The other 30 got filled at a different thing. And I was able to get 30 of the positions there. So that trade was really wonky for me. We both had that little latency issue, and I probably should have been a little bit more aware of that. Then we took a reestablishment of support down here. I'd never moved my support. We took this candle here. We got a full trade down, beautiful trade there. And then we took another one, a continuation down here, and then that one got stopped out as well. And then to me, this was a very, very clear level of where it had established like an upper level of, or a lower level of support, an upper level of resistance. And then that's where it became that. And then I took this trade here at 10:40. We had gorgeous follow through down. I did get stopped out at break even, and then it did continue on down. That would have been a 3/4 trade. Then we ended the session. I think Ryan had a stop out as well, or 2 stop outs. So with the 2 stop outs, he stopped trading. I did take that trade. I got another half off. I was negative on the morning session when we ended it, and then I had that same level marked that I took those puts on, which was Ryan had corrected me on that, which was a close below resistance, not below support. I was just never really moved my level, so I kind of misspoke on that one yesterday. Then I did take these calls at the 11 o'clock candle. We had already ended the session, and I got a really good full trade up. I was sized pretty small in that. That did put me green on the morning, and then I walked away from the charts. And then there was a handful of really nice setups. If you look through here through the lunchtime, I don't trade that. It's just not worth it. Then we had this setup here. If you were trading at the 1 o'clock candle, it looks like you would have had that aftermarket low area. You would have had, say, 678.34 marked. It closes above it, firm candle. Should have got half off and break even. If contracts didn't move right, you would have probably got stopped out, and then it did continue on. Then you had a retest up here, and some people might have got head faked. If you did take this trade and you didn't get half off and break even, my opinion is, from back testing this is a very, very strong bullish structure, guys, at the 1 o'clock candle. You take this, you don't go risk-free, you get stopped out. If you did not go risk-free, or if you did go risk-free and then you'd have got stopped at break even, either way, this candle here closes above the original candle. This candle never breaks structure. The 1310 candle never breaks structure. This is your proper entry back into calls. And that would have been a beautiful full trade back up at the 1320 candle. I took that, another small set of positions. I was not sized very aggressively. And then that was all I took until we did our afternoon session. And then the afternoon session, you guys were all on that one. And there was plenty of great setups. And it was a bit of it was from really good price action with lots of movement, lots of follow through. I think I took 6 trades yesterday afternoon, all 6 green with 2 full trades there. So I just kind of want to walk you guys through the back testing pieces of that. And we'll focus on real price action now and see what our morning session gives us. That makes sense, everybody? James, Jay, Ren, Raymond. Oh man, full house today. Sal, good morning. Jonathan, my man, how's everyone doing today? Anyone got any questions about some of that back testing or any of that we just talked about? And if you do, feel free to ask away. We've got a little bit of time. We have a 10 o'clock news candle. I will not take a trade until at least the 10:05 close. Corey, I'm doing good, man. Bill, let's rock it. I agree, buddy. I think it's ISM servicing, Jonathan. It's a delayed report. So if it's on Market Watch, I've learned my lesson to not trade through that. All right, team, establishing support. It's right around that previous day close. Always interesting how those line up. And the team, just to give you guys an idea, the previous day close and the previous day open, sometimes I don't necessarily use those levels as relevant levels. It helps me gauge if the market is bullish or bearish from the day before. And where those inside ranges are, and if they're inside of the PDL lows or the PDL touches, and it just gives me a little bit of clarity on the direction of the market. Resistance very clear. We're going to use the bottom of these two. We've had some rejections there. Current candle is rejecting it as well. It's right below this little swing point. I'm okay with that. Firm candle above it. We should be into calls really nicely. We do have not a great draw, but we have a good draw, like 90 cents. So if it can close somewhere in here, we're going to run into probably a little bit of turbulence at 680, 195. However, if we can accelerate through there, we can at least come up to those previous day high touches, and we should be risk-free if we get into calls there. That makes sense, everyone? And then underlying support, team, is always a region for me. It's never a precise number, but I always try to get risk-free on the first attempt down to it if it's in my 8 to 10% target. Ryan, good morning, my man. Vincent, I will talk about that break of structure on the 1 o'clock entry yesterday after we watch current price action with the news.
Jerry, you told me thin chain, not thick chain. Come on.
What happened?
You told me thin chain this morning, not thick chain. I'm trying to match you, bud.
Man,
I
dude,
know I
black
can't
shirt,
go
everything. Copy my shirt, copy my necklace.
Of course.
I gotta shave. I'll shave.
I've been trying to let the grays come in. I've been stressing myself out as much as possible so I can match you gray, but I'm on my way.
Man, the Marine Corps turned me gray. I'm just glad it didn't go away.
You make it look good.
I appreciate that, man. All right, team. There's our news candle. Perfect reactions bouncing off previous day high touches and almost perfect touches off the previous day high wick. That's why I do never trade during a news candle. Clearly, we have the swing point through. We have the swing point through the pre-market. Let's just see what this does and see if it gives us a nice high quality setup. Jordan, they say you're the product of the 5 closest people you hang out with. Jordan, I don't know who they are, but I think they are right. Especially like as a younger person, right? Like as someone who's not probably like, a teenager, adolescence, etc. I would 100% agree with that. I feel like it might be a little different as you get older. And the reason why I say it's a little different as you get older is you've kind of developed who you are at that point, and then you just don't hang out with people who aren't on your wavelength. So just kind of a thought.
That's you, and that's a lot of people, but that's not everybody. There's still a lot of people who
yeah
they do. Try living in a suburban neighborhood with moms all the same age.
Oh,
Yeah.
And it is really hung up on these PDA touches, though. Like gorgeous confirmation of the old levels, yesterday's levels. I'm trying to follow Ryan's footsteps. I want my account to match Ryan's. Ryan's got this trading thing figured out at a whole new level.
So what I'll say is I have been starting to look at the open and trying to see if I can make sense of it. And some days it's completely fakes me out, but some days like today, there's a good amount of predictable movement, but I don't have enough to say that I could teach a strategy on it because it's just so fast. But
Yeah, I was
I have taken a couple in the morning but it's not steady or consistent enough to say that I have it figured out. It's really tough.
yeah, I've been trying to look at like some of those earlier candles, and if I do take a trade, I'm literally taking it with like 4 to 8 contracts, just trying to learn that and just have some data from my journal so I can go back and make sense of it. Like you said, I don't have it figured out, and those first couple of candles are so volatile and they move like lightning, man. If
Yeah.
you capture the right side of it, you make a lot of money. If you get the wrong side of it, it wicks you out with terrible slippage.
100%.
Juan, I use Market Watch and the economic calendar. If you give me a few seconds, I'll post a link to that one. All right, team, 1:40. If we are going to take this, it does need to be above the previous day high touches. And then the problem that creates for us is we're so close to like the swing point through this, the top of this. So I would love for this to turn red and close below 680.77. I did have it at the bottom of these two candles, team. I moved it up. If you look closely, there's 2 red wicks there. You would have took this trade. This candle distributed down, retraces back into this. So if we can get below that, and I'm looking to try to possibly bring it up to the aftermarket high. I just want to watch it react in there a handful of times. We do have the lower part of the swing point where it's touching right now, aftermarket high, and taking it to the penny. "50 seconds, team. I'm going to get some puts loaded up." The March 5th, 675 puts. I'm actually going to switch to the 674 puts. We do need to be firm and below 680.77. Love how it's respecting that resistance line at the last few seconds there. And fantastic close right under ranges. Be a little tricky morning for us, huh, Ryan?
That was an interesting green candle.
It really was.
So good morning, Andy. How you doing, man?
Morning.
What's interesting, Andy? Tell me your thoughts on this. Something about this candle, even though it closed weak, said we're going up. And I did you? I don't know if you were watching, but I don't know what that is, but um, it looked like it was gonna. Obviously, Jerry had um puts pulled up, and I did too. But it was something about how it wanted to keep a higher low, but didn't want to distribute yet. But I don't know. Did you see that? And I don't know if I have.
Yeah.
What
I
is
hear what
that?
you're saying.
Yeah.
The key is exactly what you just said with a higher low, like
Yeah.
on the 1 minute, the bullish structure held.
Yes, that's what it is. Yep.
So
Not conviction for entry, but that was interesting. Yeah.
yes, I agree with you.
Andy, the office looks sharp, buddy.
Thank you. Yeah, finally got it dialed in.
Nice, my man. Nolan, when I get a second, can you explain your thoughts on your support level at 681? So 681. So I was looking at 681, and the reason why I was looking at that here is I was kind of reading through this, look at this swing point here, right? If you look at the swing point, it breaks the swing point, Nolan, at 655. Red candle, retraces right back up, then takes the swing point out at 715 candle, shatters it, goes all the way down, right? Green candle, I wasn't watching price in real time. It goes back above it. So that was clearly where support doesn't necessarily become resistance, goes way back up through it, right? Then this green candle or this red candle on the opening bounces right off of it, gaps up and shatters down for a really good distribution down. I was not in that trade, but those contracts would have moved to at least get you half off. So that was kind of my thought process on it. I do have 680, 85 Mark Nolan, and I'm using the body of the green candle and this green wick that comes and respects it. It also goes below the Asia high. But right now this is clearly got a lot of strength and momentum moving up. Although this was a really interesting candle, but I don't put a lot of thought process into those weird candles when they are a news candle. Michael, I will answer your question after this current candle. What a powerhouse, huh, guys? 681.37, 682.82. Wow. Andy, we had a fun afternoon session yesterday. Took quite a few trades, 6 of them all green. Crushed the afternoon.
Insane.
Ryan and I were on fire yesterday afternoon.
Let's go. That's unreal.
Yeah,
6
of
and
this 6-0 on the afternoon session, and of the 6, 2 of them were full trades and one was a 3/4. So it was really,
0. Oof.
really just beautiful movement yesterday.
Unbelievable.
All right, team, 55 seconds. I'm going to look for some calls here. We are above overarching. Um, I'm going to use 683.08 as my level. You guys can see all the touches, the bodies there. We do have the pre-market absolute high right above it at 683.37. However, big green firm candle above that, I'm taking calls. And I'm going to use a 687 calls team. Firm and above 683.08. You're going to use a bit wider stop here. We are susceptible to a bit of a retracement on this big push. However, this is a lot of money moving this to the top side. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Buying here. Filled at 160. No stop yet. And team, I'm going to go ahead and put my stop in at 142. Going to watch that pre-market high to the wick very closely here, team. Do our best to get a good exit on the first half if it allows us to. Stops in place. See if we can't just hold that 683.08, and we're not holding it now. If we can't reclaim it, keep that previous day high wick.
Beautiful.
Come on. Survive that retracement. Now let's just get a little speed up with this.
Really good. Come on.
All right, team. Stop's going to come off. I'm going to be very quick to execute here if it allows me to get risk-free. Stop is off. We are not green on the contracts. Just going to get ready for this push. It should happen quickly.
3, 2, blast off.
Come on. Take out that pre-market high. This is such a powerful candle at the moment.
Yeah.
And taking half team there at 170, filled at 169. Stops at break even. There's your 170 again, team, if you didn't get it. Let's get a little bit of momentum here. If we come up packs 172 or so, 173, I'll take my stop back off and I'm going to look to exit about 176 to 180 on the next piece here to balance out that early sell. Okay, team, stop is coming off. And putting stop back on. Let's just get that nice firm close above pre-market and stopped at break even. Oh, man, those contracts snailed me.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Bummer. So, oh well, that's what it is. Man, I've been getting my butt kicked with contract movement lately. I can't figure out if it's me or Weeble.
There's been a lot of varying volatility. You know, that the candles have been big and moving both directions, creating that, you know, implied volatility. And then it seems to be settling in right around the time a trade presents. And so that volatility is dropping. So the contracts, you know, we've got caught in that that happened. I can't remember what month it was, Jerry, but Andy noticed it too. We were talking about it, but we had like 2 or 3 trades where we were in calls and the candle was green and we were going negative. And it's that shrinking IV or that crushing IV, and hasn't happened in a while, but it's happened this week a couple times now. And maybe a couple weeks ago on that one that you guys got out that I didn't.
Yeah, I 100% agreed. You know what I've noticed too is it happens a lot more in the morning sessions than what it does in the afternoon. It seems to be a lot more calm in the afternoons lately.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree.
Andy, have you been noticing that as well?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
I think I would say overall contracts are moving more erratically in general.
Yep.
But it's interesting. Like this one, I actually my fill on the buy I think was like 3 cents better than yours, Jerry. But on other ones, you know, it's like anything. It just feels more exaggerated. On other ones, I've done way worse than either you or Ryan. And sometimes, you know, and generally where we're like 1 cent different, maybe it feels like this week it's like 2 or 3 cents difference. But I mean, I you know, I think it all evens out.
Not something we can control. I think it's okay to be aware of. But
Yeah.
again, it's not. We're still hitting trades. You know, it's just like, oh man, $1.20 move and we got 9 cents. That's kind of what are you gonna do? It's all right.
Yeah. And it looks like quite a few people got stopped out. That's unfortunate. Sorry about that, guys. And All right, team, 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. I'm going to look for a re-entry here. I'm just going to kind of watch price here. I definitely need it to be above the wick of the pre-market high at 683.37. I also think that it has to be well above that to be a firm candle anyway. So let's just see if this presents itself. And team, if this does happen, I don't know if it will. I'm not a psychic. I can't predict the future. But if we were to turn red and close below resistance at 683.08, I am all about puts. And that would be a close below resistance. I took one of those trades yesterday in the morning session and got a good trade off of it. But this is super strong and powerful at the moment. Man, it's unfortunate we're not still in this. Oh well, it'll give us plenty of opportunity. I'm going to use the same contracts, the same 687s. The other ones they're priced really nicely at 135, 136. However, I like the delta a bit better on the more expensive contracts. I think they'll allow us to retest pre-market high area or our resistance at 683.08. Oh, we're off to the races now. Okay, team. Just switching it over to the 688s now. 20 seconds. A little bit wider stop to allow for retracement. 15 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Buying here. Filled at 150. Stop's going to go in at 131.
Come on, Matrix.
Stop's coming off. Taking half their team at 159. Not our percentages, slow moving contracts. Feel free to manage accordingly. I'm risk free on this. Stops in at break even. I'll make it up on the backside if it lets me. And I'm taking my stop off team and taking another half there at 168. Quarter, sorry, my apologies. And stop is going to go in at 155.
Let's go.
Come on. I'm going to trail this as best I possibly can for us. I do have 5 sitting at break even, just to let you know. Stop going to 160. Stop us in at 160, team. Let's see if we can't make some money here. Come on, Spy. One big push up to 687. Let's go. Come on, Spy. Give us some juice. Make these contracts move.
Come on.
Come on, stay alive here. Contracts are being a little snappy, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I just got a weird notification that there's a latency issue again with Webull and garbage crap. Stop to 162. Stopped. Oh,
Way.
that was a good one.
Oh yeah. Beautiful.
All right, team. Let's let this thing find us a range and look for another one. What do you guys say? Y'all up for one more? All
Yeah.
feeling good? Everybody happy about this? Some of you guys got stopped. You took the reentry. If you sized right, you should be close to break even, depending. Some of you didn't get stopped. You know how that goes. Let's go. Some of y'all might still be in this damn thing, which is incredible if you are. Ryan probably is. I still got my little stragglers left behind. Let's see what they do for us. Sethery, let's go. Great trade, man. Thanks, guys. Hank, you guys know me. If this thing's going to give us money, I'll take it all day. Picked up that wonderful habit from Ryan. Ryan, you still alive in this?
No, nope, I'm out.
It get you?
Yeah.
Andy, how about you? You still alive in it or it get you?
I am out.
You're out. That was
Yeah.
a beautiful move. Weird contract movement again, but
Yeah.
I'll take it all day long. That's a great move for us.
Oh, dude, all day long. No question. That was unreal.
Cameron, you're out, but it put you positive like $4. Fantastic, buddy. Team, I do not have a support yet. I did mark 685.56. I would love for it to hold below that level for one or two candles and give us a re-entry into this. This is super strong, fighting a one heck of a bullish trend right now. Not even considering puts at the moment. At the moment. And there it is, double tapping it. Now let's see if we can come back to it and check it. Man, it's been a heck of a week, boys. Yeah.
Yep. Incredible.
Man, those contracts just hit 197, team. I'm taking my stragglers up to 170 just to let you guys know.
What a move. What a move.
Man, I wish we could have lived in those trailers a little bit longer, but it's okay. And it barely got me too. I mean,
Did anyone
I
not
had
get
it.
tapped at break even on the first one? Because that never even came back to our entry price and in
Mm,
terms of SPY's price in the contracts. It just didn't move favorably. But I think depending on your fill, you could have been in from that first one. Or if you didn't take the first half. Honestly,
yeah.
if you just waited for, 9, 10% on the first half, you would have been able to ride the whole thing.
Mhm.
Cody, let's go. Yeah, I think Cody got it from that first entry. But regardless, this was unbelievable move.
Jordan made 20%, 19.79 that trade. Jordan traded the trailers too tight. Man, trailers are typically not as difficult in calls, but they barely got me this time. Like I had my stop at 162, and looking back at it, hindsight, I could have probably kept him at 160. But the way current price was, I was like, let's just capture a little bit of money. And I was still, when I put it to 162, SPY was the contracts were at 173. So I was like, that should have been enough in my mind, but it wasn't, and that's okay.
I think it's insane seeing that at this time yesterday, SPY was at 669. Now it's 685.
I mean, the
It, you
amount of
know,
capital to push it that way is insane. That's the part that blows my mind, Andy.
yeah. I mean, and even just, with a little bit of capital, if you can ride a little bit of this wave, it can just be enormous. Because as you said, the big boys are doing all of the heavy lifting for us. They're the ones deploying all the capital necessary to make that move happen. And if you can just
Mhm.
tag along and piggyback off of that move, it's crazy. You
Yeah,
just
I agree.
you
I
have
just want to see on the jet.
all the wind in your sails just taking you along. It's crazy. It's a wild thing.
All right, team. I'm not going to re-enter here. Um, I'm just going to let it settle and give us a range. This is one heck of a sun run happening. I do feel like it could just continue to go. I did mark the top of that candle. I watched it come below it, but this is I just need it to give me a range now. Unless you see something I don't, Ryan or Andy, y'all feel free to call something that I'm missing. But at the moment, I just want it to give me a clearly defined range for a good setup, and it just hasn't quite done that yet. Slim Shady, you're up 130% on your paper trading account if it was only your real account. Slim, I think that it's fantastic that you're trading you're doing that well in a paper trading account. Consider moving into your cash account soon. It seems like you're doing really well, man. And just start small. Start with your 4 contracts or less than 10% of your account until you get that execution perfect with real money, man. I think we're going to rename him to Slim Trady. What do you think, Andy, Ryan? You guys like Slim Trady instead of Slim Shady? Jonathan, you're up 8.62 in the day. Good man. Holy smokes. Nick, you're a new trader and you've been copying all these trades for the weekend. You're currently right on the weekend. It seems to get less profit and easier stops. Should you be placing limit offsets in your turbo trader? So, Nick, give this a try, man. Set your limit offset to zero point zero 0.04 for your buys. Buy at ask plus zero point zero 0.04. Put your auto stop losses in and then sell everything at market for the exception of your trailers, my man. Um, don't be discouraged by it, man. It's all part of your process. Just really learn that execution in your entries and your exits. And when you feel very confident that you're getting really good fills or really good exits, at that point you can start sizing up a little bit, buddy. But as a new trader, man, like that's all completely normal, bro. And you know, Andy and myself and Ryan, we've all been talking about some of the some of the problems with Webull and some latency issues and stuff like that. That's completely out of our control. So don't beat yourself up about it, man. It's got people in different spots because of that.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't know if it's Webull. I would be surprised if it was Webull and not just options feed and options
Mm-hmm.
pricing more
Mm-hmm.
broadly.
Yeah,
It wouldn't make sense that it's just Webull. They're just relaying
sure.
the quotes and the prices.
Right.
Um, I would think it's that way everywhere.
Yeah, for sure, Michael. Can I answer that question on journaling? So for sure, man, in my journal, I write the time of my entry. I write and my journal is very basic and it looks like a child did it. So I can post some pictures of that a little bit later for you guys. But anyways, Michael, I literally write how many touches there were. I write the confirmation of it. I write if it was in bearish structure or bullish structure. I write what my entry was, what my exit was. And then I write also in there if I could have done anything better on that trade. And yes or no. And then I put like a little happy face or a sad face if I could have done stuff better, and a happy face if I done everything correctly. And I also will mark a happy face on a trade that was a stop out as long as it met all my criteria. So but that's just what I do. It's very, very basic, buddy. And my handwriting's terrible, so when I do post this, no judgments. We are due for a red candle, huh?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it'll turn red though. It'll stay red. There's still 40 seconds left. This thing could pop up like a son of a gun still. James, Webull sends our orders to Citadel. Webull is not the DMA, so Citadel makes a profit. Oh, interesting, James. Citadel makes a profit on our option spreads. Oh. Is that new, James, or has it always been that way? Just out of curiosity.
Always been that way.
There we go.
Since as long as we've been trading.
Andy, you made a comment, and I believe I was in Africa, in South Africa, trading with you, and we couldn't trade that day because like Webull had a server issue, like something like that. And I mean, I don't have a way of proving this, but I 100% agree with you that we're right. I think we're in this big data stage between all these servers for blockchains and crypto and AI, et cetera. And you know, I think that I really just think that you're onto something completely, that our servers and our grid just can't support what we've built, or it's just struggling with it. Like, I mean, it just that narrative just fits so well.
Yeah. And you know, I'm not an expert on the matter, far from it, but just logically that makes sense to me.
It really
Uh,
does.
yeah.
Ryan, you still here? Or did you disappear, buddy?
I'm here.
All right, there you are.
Jerry's just on the iPad, so Ryan, he can only see the most recent. Whoever has chatted most recently, either you or me, is the only one that Jerry sees.
Wouldn't leave you, especially
Maybe,
not in.
maybe I should start putting my maybe I should start putting my Zoom on my computer or something for us. Yeah, Frank, that's what we were talking about, was the bandwidth on that, like just the amount of AI and stuff that's pushing through the internet. Okay, team, before that first red candle we had, I had marked the bottom of that green wick, as you guys can see, um, at 685.10. We've had piles of interactions with that. We're above it now, but we went below it. We've interacted with it. It's bouncing its head currently on it. I'm not against puts on this candle close. However, I would love for it to close above this one time and form us a nice range in the middle here. Alex for buying at ask, yes, limit. I use a limit offset of 0.04. I believe Andy and Ryan are all buying at market now. So just to let you guys know. Hmm. Sethery, I have used my iPad as a sidecar. Yeah, it's really nice like that. That sidecar option is really cool. Although I did just order a new MacBook last night, so I keep getting like warnings that my battery is low, and a new battery for the computer was like $400, and I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense when I on a 5-year-old computer. I got the MacBook. I just got the MacBook Pro Marlin. I think it's a 15-inch with 16 gigs of RAM and a terabyte hard drive in it. It's pretty basic. I didn't buy the biggest best one. I just bought one with enough RAM to push what we do. And not the Pro. I'm sorry, I bought the MacBook Air. I don't need it for anything fancy other than my Weeble desktop. And truly, the MacBook Air is ahead of the MacBook Pro I'm currently using, so it should be a nice touch and upgrade.
The Air is better than the Pro.
The new MacBook Airs are better than my current MacBook Pro.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, but my Pro is 5 years old.
Yeah. That's ancient.
It really is. 679 puts team. They're priced at about $1.42 right now. Sizing at about a quarter size to protect our morning's wins, just to let you guys know. 8 seconds or 16 seconds, sorry. And buying here. And filled at 146. Apologies, filled at 144. I got a partial fill, and then it balanced me at 144. And stop is going to go in team at 126. Stop is coming off. Just a little bit more team, and I'll go risk free on this. Come on. Stop's going back on. Stop is off. And stop is back on. Come on, SPY. And stop is off. And stop back on. Okay, team, I'm going to be quick to get profits here if it lets me. It's definitely failing to do what I wanted it to do. And we are in clearly very bullish structure. Stop is off. And team, I'm going to take half there at 149. Stops at break even. I know. It should have flushed in my opinion by now. See if I can't keep us alive in this. I know it was a very early sell. Let's see. Make it up in the back if it lets me.
If it's gonna go, it's got room down. It's kind of an odd spot that.
I was not expecting it to I was expecting it to at least come down to the bottom of that green wick, but it's just really failing to.
Yeah, agree.
And stopped at break even. That's fine. This is probably going to dump now.
Oh,
there it goes.
second.
There it
Come
goes.
on. Come on.
Yeah, that's just highway robbery right there.
It's all right.
Come on.
All right, at least it didn't. It seemed like literally 1 second after the stop. But yeah, Jerry, like you said, it's like when you just go left, there's nothing here, but it very clearly has found this little pocket of support on the 1 minute. But listen, after, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes of consolidation, it now has broken it with.
There it goes. There it goes.
Hopefully some of you guys were able to stay in that one.
Yeah, hopefully y'all did.
Beautiful assertive entry, Jerry. I love that entry.
Thank you. I was like, this is why I read price as best I can, right? Like this candle, when it closed there, it should have, my thought process was it for it to come down here and get us risk free at like that, 8 to 10%, 7 to 10% on that first big push there. And then I was going to make it up all the way down to the pre-market high. But, after 4 or 5 attempts in real time with very, very bullish structure, I'm okay with just capturing a few points there and being on our way.
Yeah.
Yeah, team, I got filled at 144 and I went risk free at 149. I tried to get, I hit the button at 148. My market fill hit me at 149 and then it came and tapped me out and then it went really nicely all the way up to 165 I seen. So whoever's still in this crushed it. Miles, a great idea. We've had an interesting like week or so with some contracts and pricing, and I wouldn't say it doesn't have me shaking anything more than I'm just going to capture profits when it doesn't distribute quite as quickly. And if I can make it up in the back end, or we can always re-enter a little bit later, I'm completely fine with that. And I tend to find myself, and I don't know if you, Ryan, or you, Andy, find yourself doing this. I find myself taking profits a bit sooner when I'm trading against a very strong
Yeah.
trend.
Yep.
So, which I'm completely fine with.
I think that makes sense.
I've journaled it quite a bit, and if I was taking profits sooner than that, I'd have a green trade versus it not flushing like in like the first 2 minutes of that candle, of avoiding a potential stop out or something like that. So it just takes a little bit of risk off the table for me. Makes it keeps the headspace a bit better.
I mean, we saw that there was room down, but where we got stopped at break even, I was like 50-50 whether this could shoot right back up the same speed, up. So I think being risk free there was the right move.
And some of you guys might not have just sold just because it didn't give you enough time to, and you stayed in it, which is completely great too. Jed, Ryan's theory of closing a fair value gap proved correct. Chi, you're still in it. Awesome.
Jerry, what do you think of 684.51 as resistance?
I like it. The top of that green candle.
Yeah. No,
Hmm.
that's only, I mean, this would be a Jerry special, right? But
Hmm.
likely this, might have some more downward movement, but that first distribution candle that came out of pre-market high, it wicked right there. We we came down below that level, and right after you got stopped, it blasted off 684.51 as resistance, shot all the way down. And now we've tested it 3 times coming back up. 4 times.
I like it.
Firm and green though.
$687 calls, team. They're priced at about $1.80 right now. Watching this closely, 10 seconds, sizing the same at quarter size to protect the morning. Let's see. 3, 2, 1. And I'm staying away. Week close. Week close.
Same. Almost gave it to us, but yeah, the week
It
closed.
really did. Man, if I would have really loved to see that close with a no wick body on that, with that long wick to the bottom. Man, that would have been special.
Yep.
I'm going to slightly adjust resistance, guys. And Ryan, just right to the top of that wick where this one is currently reacting to. And let's see what it does for us. Man, what a few what a good couple sessions we've had. Team, I'm tightening up support. I'm going to use the bottom of the green wick and the bottom of the red wick here. 684.36. I'm going to hold that level there. Firm red and below that. Hopefully we have draw down to the pre-market high. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Greystone fam, have any of us heard from Insight to do our taxes? I use Prime Corporate Services for my trading
Same.
taxes.
I think one and the same, right?
Maybe.
No, never mind. Never mind. You have a different person. You should have been getting email updates from them, and you have to eventually reach out. That's been my experience, but they'll be responsive.
All right, team, 1 minute. Ryan and Andy, I think I've got I was texting back and forth with Lewis this morning. It looks like he's going to come back into the options world a little bit.
How's that? What was he saying?
He was just talking about he's been trading futures, but primarily the biggest reason he's been trading futures was his the butt kicking on the time of the day for the trading, and then IBKR had some really expensive contract pricing, or not contract, commission pricing.
Mm-hmm.
What is he, 6 hours, probably 5 hours ahead of Eastern time, Andy?
Yeah, he's in Gibraltar, so at least 5. I would say likely 6. Let's see.
Okay.
All right, team, switching to call 688, sizing small, 15 seconds above 684.66 with some speed and firmness. 6 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Buying here. Filled at 150. Stop is in at 135. Stop is coming off. And taking half team there at 150, actually filled at 162.
Oh.
And stop is at break even.
Andy, I don't know if you were quite on, but we were like 2 cents away from getting in on the prior candle close. It just didn't quite stay firm.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, we'll take this, that's for sure.
Come on, Spy, let's go. Come kick high of the day for us. One big push. What does James call those things? Give us a big elephant bar right now. I want a blue whale bar. Let's go. All the way. All right, team, if we come above 165, I'm going to take my stop off, and I'm going to look to get rid of more positions plus 168. Stop is coming off. If we come back below 160, I'll put my stop back on. And stop is going back on. Come on, let's go, Spy. All right, stop's coming off. And I'm taking another quarter team there at 167, filled at 166. I got a little negative sell on that one. Okay, stops at break even. Stop to 155. Stop to 160. Team, if selling in full puts you super green on the day, super green on the week, consider doing so. Or if you're already super green on the day, consider being a little bit more liberal with these and letting them run. Manage it accordingly. Stop to 164. Stop to 166. Stop to 170, 168. Lord Spy. Get these contracts above $3 for these people. Make some money. People got plans for it. Stop to 172. There we go. Come on. Gorgeous close. Stop to 173. This is tight team, expecting hard reactions off of 686.15. I'm going to capture as much as I can in the middle there. Stop to 176. Stop to 180. Come on, stay alive. Got me at 180. All right, team. It's about as good as I can get it for a
Oh
a
yeah.
morning session and trading within ranges. One beautiful breakout, one beautiful within range, and some very assertive put set. I probably mismanaged, but I will not ever complain about a green trade. So hopefully you guys did great on that. How was that one? James, Jerry, you're crushing it this morning. Thanks, James. Some of you guys might still be in this. I was very, very much expecting that harsh reaction off that 686.15, and I was trying to capture as much out of it as I possibly could. Hopefully some of you guys are still in this. Ryan, you crushed that one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Andy, you good on that one too? I think Andy might be gone.
I mean, you've been on a hot streak before, Jerry, but these last two sessions, I don't know if you can get much hotter. What white hot?
Like blue flame propane torch hot?
Trying to think of whatever's hotter than that.
I don't know. But thanks, man.
Yeah.
Team, I'm going to stay on for just a little bit here. If we get a firm close above 680, 615, I'm going to take one more set here. Oh, man.
Ooh.
Look at that. $2 on those. Son of a gun. Sal, you're welcome, my man. Joey, you were down pretty good in green of the day. Great work. Oh man, that's awesome. Deanna, you're welcome. It's been a beautiful morning, hasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Hmm. Hank, the big chain comes out when he's on fire. I always wear this one, man.
Do you?
Yeah. Sometimes it might just be inside my shirt.
I gotta get me one of those.
Yeah, the tooth I actually found on a camping trip like when I was in Boy Scouts with my dad, probably 10, 11 years old. And the necklace I won in a spearfishing comp in 2008, I won the Blue Water Worlds and the necklace was first place. So that's how that whole thing came about.
That's awesome.
So, Ryan, you like more calls here?
Why not?
Yeah, I was
I
thinking the
think
same thing.
I mean it looks like it's wanting to go for previous day high. Or I'm sorry, the Monday high.
689 calls team. Firm and above 686.14. Sizing the same as what I was on my last two trades. Just going to profit stack that. So I'm still sizing down. I'm just not as aggressive as what I was on my first two of the four trades. Twenty seconds. Let's see if this is ready to go. Ten seconds. Five seconds. Three, two, one. And I'm staying away, team. That was a neutral close, not a
Yep.
firm close. And when it came up and it rejected this red wick and it came back down, that's why I stayed away. That doesn't mean this won't follow through. I'm just not going to risk our capital after the
Yeah.
beautiful trades we've had there. And I wanted it to be decisively firm and green and moving into positive territory.
Yep.
And when it comes down and rejected that red wick, to me, that's forming a little bit of a double top and becoming a bit bearish from a candlestick pattern. But that's the only reason, team. So Joe, why do I have all the all-time highs? Joe, it gives me a bit of a visual of where SPY was at the time when it was setting all-time highs, and if it's going to respect those levels. Because when we're taking trades into all-time highs, it's unknown territory, right? Like you don't know how hard it will or won't run, and it just kind of gives me like a visual of where SPY was at and how important those and how relevant it becomes. And sometimes it reacts off of them perfectly, and other times it doesn't
Yeah.
touch them at all, Joe.
Well explained. What basically how I would think of it, it's almost like a previous day high that remains until it gets invalidated. It's certainly a key level that some algorithm calculation decided that was going to be the end of an all-time high run. And exactly what Jerry explained, I don't want to just repeat what he has to say, but in my observation, they remain key levels, longer than the average like swing point we might get on any given day. Actually, I used to have that baby blue color reserved just for all-time highs, and I don't know why I went away from that, but I like to know where those are too.
It just gives me some relevance of where it
Yeah.
may draw up to, or
Yep.
if it's going to react there. Think of it like on a bigger picture, like what a previous day high or previous day low was, is like what you just said, right? I think, and I just started marking them on there because they were relevant, and sometimes they aren't relevant. Like today, today the 1027 is right in line with uh with some shit that we've seen, you know.
Hmm.
Cameron, you got stopped at 195. You damn animal, dude. I love it. Joe, it's your biggest win since you started March 6th. Well done, buddy. Congrats, man. Tim, plasma's hotter. Like that new Predator Badlands movie, that plasma knife he had, that thing was pretty cool. I want some of the Predator's weapons. Cam, you missed yesterday, but stop first thing this morning and then just hit your weekly goal. Cam, isn't that awesome to have a weekly goal hit on a Wednesday? Yeah, friends, I love that one they made Prey where it was like that was really cool. Where it was like the Comanche or possibly a different Indian group that was fighting the Predator. I thought that was pretty wild. Team, did I miss any questions in here, man? Has anyone got any questions about some of that back testing stuff that I showed this morning and setting some levels? I know a lot of you all know how to do that. I was just kind of doing that in real time for some people who are new to this and struggling with that. So every couple of weeks, I'll try to circle back to ground zero in the basics for people to learn. Because I really truly believe that as traders, we're never done learning and adapting our strategies and perfecting it, even if it's something small. Miles, good idea. Staying away. ES is getting stuck below its previous day high, which is obvious has a direct effect on SPY. This is 1 second that has happened, and if it breaks through or eventually gets rejected. Yeah, Miles, good to know, man. Team, the 681 puts are pulled up. 681 puts are pulled up. This is very assertive. Just to let you know, 685.57 is my level. Sizing very small on this team, a little bit wider of a stop. And we'll be very quick to execute profits if it gives it to us. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Gorgeous confirmation of it staying away. Team, I'm going to stay on one more candle. It's 10, 11, 10. I'm going to stay on to the 11:15 close if we can get an entry above or below. And it might not give it to us, and that's completely fine. Joe, my pleasure, buddy. Marlon, I couldn't agree with you more, man. Especially as life as a whole. Just when you think you've got it figured out, it kick you in the nuts. Joe, you were hoping to get some more knowledge on spotting good setups. I feel like yesterday's afternoon session, Joe, if you go back and watch that one and today's morning session, I feel like there was some really good examples of that. And myself and Ryan and Andy all did talk about certain levels, how it was respected and what was happening in real time. So if there's anything specific, Joe, let me know. Marlon, you've been tracking the percentages of distribution when an engulfing candle forms after a new high or a low is created. Oh, good stuff, man. Oh, Joe, you'll circle back when you're done reading the Candlestick Bible. Sounds good, buddy. Ryan, out of curiosity, did you see an upper level here to get us into these puts that I missed?
So here's what I saw. And I saw
Mhm.
the underlying support that it tapped. Um, why I liked this setup is,
Mhm.
and you can't see it right now, but the we pushed through the top, and this is, sorry, my phone's ringing. We pushed through what I saw as um, not necessarily support, but underlying support at the top of what there was a fair value gap there, that we reacted to. And when the prior candle, so the 1105 candle,
Mhm.
distributed and um, was about to create its own fair value gap with sell liquidity, it actually um, it overlapped the buy liquidity. So um, I saw it having enough sell momentum to, we would have had to push through your underlying support, but it came back, grabbed that sell liquidity, use that as a line of defense, and then obviously I hate to be results oriented, but I
Sure.
that double top that you called out, I think the fact that we didn't close firm on the 11 o'clock candle, and then it actually didn't even bother to react to the highs as support, that we were likely reversing. Um,
Mhm.
Now, was that an A plus?
Mhm.
No, but um, I think you see, this is when I talk about the potential draw, looking at how most recent price action moved through the range, and look at where we actually reacted. We had draw at least down to these lows that it's testing now, and the upside was there. And so not an A plus setup, but I think A. And then what tipped me
Mhm.
was the uh, the reward.
Yep. Yeah, nice. I,
Hope
I
I
was
explained
just
it really
looking
well.
for
Like
a
I said,
little.
yeah, that
Yeah.
appeared like I've disappeared, and I lost my level that I was talking about. But did that make sense?
No, it makes sense completely.
What
I
mostly
was using
most of
that
the
that
draw.
green wick
Yeah,
and it rejected it and I mean,
yeah, yep.
like I wasn't going to go on my gut feeling on that. I just wanted to check all the boxes and
It certainly wasn't A plus. We when you
yep.
tap underlying support or overarching resistance, that it no
Mm.
longer can be A plus in my mind, because that's one of my
Yeah.
boxes I check. And when
Yeah.
I don't check all the boxes, if the reward to risk is not there, I stay away. If it is, I take it.
That,
It's that
that makes
simple.
sense.
But I'm again, this it's sometimes I, you know, get the gut feeling and stay away too. But this one I liked. But
Mhm.
um,
Yeah.
I mean,
James, for
I'll be
those
5-0.
Joe's who, yeah, I think it's 6-0 yesterday and 4 or 5-0 this morning. I had to double check. 4 this morning and 6 yesterday. So 10 in a row. Take that all day. Um, Guys, those of you all who aren't reading the chat, this is really good info from James. Those who do not have the patience to backtest, there's a very good platform called GenSpark. It's an AI bot. You can explain exactly what your strategy is step by step in layman's terms, and then GenSpark will use Python to backtest the strategy over the course of however many days, months, or years. That's awesome, James. I'm sure that's super helpful. I'll be honest with you, I do not like backtesting, but I also want to be profitable for myself and everyone else. So I feel like backtesting is a very mandatory thing to do if you would like to be successful long term. And if you're not journaling, shame on you. You should be. Day on ES, it wicked PDH to the penny and then 1025, 1030 on the 11 a.m. and then wicked rejected the 1105 candle into the penny. That's awesome, man. Good observation on that. All right, Ryan, I'm going to wrap up the session, man, unless
Yeah,
you guys got anything
incredible.
else, man. Team, I will see you all on at 2 p.m. Awesome session this morning, and I will see you guys a little bit later. Hope you guys are
Awesome.
nice and green on that one. So
Yeah.
take it easy, guys.
All right.
See
Thanks,
you.
Jerry. Well done, man.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. I appreciate you, man. Have a good one.